let's face it, guys. I understand that people have differences of opinion. That's why they're opinions. You believe one way, I believe another. You got folks who don't like Black Lives Matter, people who do like Black Lives Matter. We have black people who vote Democrat, which is a lot of people. Then you have some black people who like, conservatives or even Donald Trump. But it should never get to the point that, you should want to wish death on somebody because of their belief. Same thing with religion. And I understand that these things are quite controversial, which is why I don't really get into religion and politics so much on my channel. But I understand that some people take it real serious to the point where folks can block you and never want to talk to you again, or even, worse. But you know what? This whole passport bro thing is very serious because it has people wishing actual death. Now, it's okay if you disagree about the passport bro thing. I get it. And I'm going to give you an example of what I would consider somewhat of a fair disagreement. Somewhat, right? And it comes from this YouTuber, Hot Like Bacon. All right. Now, it's this kind of disagreement of the passport bros I can sort of deal with. It's not so vulgar as what we're about to see, but let me give you an example of somewhat of a fair disagreement from this particular TikToker.
So I wanted to give my take on the passport boys, aka these men that are leaving the country to find their wives or to find women that they feel like are more traditional than American women. First comment, get a fucking grip. Like, are you guys really being fucking for real? The fact of the matter is the average woman does not even require that much. But the average man is not willing to even do the bare fucking minimum to get and keep a woman. As a woman in America, why in 2022 would I settle for a man that expects me to basically be a slave and maid? In America. So, I see why y'all gotta go overseas to sell the bullshit to other women. But another thing you're missing is you need money. Y'all think foreign women are cheaper or something? Or like you think it's not going to cost money to bring a woman over here, make her a citizen, get her acclimated to this culture? Like it's going to take time, energy, and money that y'all can't even give to women that live here in your own culture. Just make it make sense because you guys are delusional. It's giving you need to be in a mental health facility. Because instead of being introspective and looking at your actions, what you're doing that's maybe not working out in your favor, y'all would rather like go to another country and just continue the toxicity on different women in different cultures. You think they're not going to call your bluff or figure out that you're full of shit?
So again, this is somewhat fair. And I know you guys are going to be like, no, she's completely dissing. Look, it's somewhat fair, right? But I wanted to talk about this other lady who has, if you guys have seen her on YouTube before, she's not on here so much, but it's the spiritual whistleblower. All right. And again, I've seen her content here before, but it's only a snippet of what she said. She actually deleted the whole entire video. But guys, I want you to listen to what she said, and we're going to pause it a little bit of what she said. Then we're going to focus on the response from this brother called the Black Hand. So let's play that clip, Dima, and then we'll come back.
Y'all shit. So fuck around and find out your ass gonna be in a ditch in another country.
All right, so before we pay his part, in that clip, she said, you're gonna end up in a ditch somewhere. Now, I'm not saying that she's wishing the guys end up in a ditch, but to just say that is very poor, all right? It's very poor. And spiritual whistleblower has been known to talk about, certain black men. She feels like black men, are not doing this and that. And I get it. But to make that statement, and I'm not trying to take her stuff out of context. I don't know what she said before, but it is poor to say something like that. Now, let me play the Black Hand's response, and I'm going to come back.
So she hopes that black men end up in a ditch overseas. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. I've been overseas a long time, and I've been in contact with a lot of men and women, but a lot of men now. I know about 60 men that fit that so-called passport bro. And I know a lot of men in the U.S. that are still planning to leave the United States. And all of my days, All right, from back in the day till now, I've never heard a black man wish evil like that on a black woman, that he hopes she get trafficked, she found in a ditch, or she's dead. I've never seen a black man say anything like that, not even imply anything like that. Now I understand today's passport bros done said what they don't like about black women, and I know that's probably got you in your feelings, but is that enough to wish death? You know what I mean? And the saddest part is you got 9,000 likes, so you got like 9,000 women, because ain't no man gonna like another man to die. You got 9,000 women that say, yeah, we hope these black men die. We hope they die. We support you. We hope they die. Like, what the fuck? Man, that shit crazy. Y'all, hey, any woman on here, you want to spin this and try to tell me how that shit is okay? To say that you hope that a black man dies overseas? Y'all stitch this and spin this shit up. Try to explain that shit to me. How that shit cool. You know what I mean? How that shit right. Just spin it. Go ahead. I'm waiting.
The brother, the black hand on TikTok, give him a round of applause. He very well said what he said in a very eloquent fashion. I respect how the brother handled it, okay? Some of these ladies are, they can be so hateful that you're happy, like, okay, like somebody got shot or got killed over there. When Austin Holloman had his situation, I kind of see that a little bit more because of some of his content. But to just say you're going to end up in a ditch somewhere, when in Black America, if we really want to be real, so many black men are in ditches every day in Detroit, in Chicago, in St. Louis, in Cleveland. And I would guess 45% of the time, that is because of some disagreement or conflict over some woman, all right? The Rolling 60s Crips and the 8-Trade Gangsters, are now enemies in South Central LA. They used to be friends. When I looked at the gang history of these two guys, that gang war started over a woman, okay? And you had many people died because of that. I'm not saying it's the woman's fault because, like I said, the man is supposed to be able to resolve his differences, and I'm not going to be so weak to blame, these actions of these men solely on women. But if you want to talk about black men being in ditches, they're in ditches in America every day. Philadelphia, Oakland, LA, they're in ditches in these places every day. So they don't, so maybe even staying in America would even be more dangerous for them. You see, the whole thing that, when you talk about passport bros and, black men having their options there, we're not getting to the point that black men is not being heard. Their needs are not being met. And it's a problem when black men discuss their needs being met in Black America. They are never supposed to have their needs met. What black men want is not important. And I know I keep saying that on this channel. I'm going to continue to keep saying it. It is important that black men have their needs and desires met, just as much as women want their needs and desires to be met. Why is it that black men cannot have their needs and desires met, but black women in relationships can demand to have their needs and desires met? It's not right. Black men deserve, just like black women can deserve, to have what they want out of relationships. And when black men don't want to participate in what they consider sometimes unfair deals or deals that don't meet the standard, all of a sudden they're criticized, and some people are using terminology such as, you should end up in a ditch or all of that. And again, I don't understand all of what she said because he kind of cut that off. And she could have been saying like, you could be going to a dangerous place and then you would end up in a ditch. She could have said it like that. And I'm not sure because I didn't hear the whole context because her video, she did delete it. But it sounds like it's coming from a position of hatred. All right. And it's one thing to disagree, but to come from positions of hatred. And listen, I'm not, perfect here. And I've said stupid things before in the past, and maybe she doesn't mean it. I'm not sure, but it proves the point why black men are moving in the way that they are. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. I'm out.